Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, liebe Freunde der Richard Dawkins Foundation, ich begrüße euch recht herzlich zu unserem heutigen Vortrag. Unser heutiger Gast, Worood Zuhair, ist eine Biologin aus dem Irak, die sich für Frauen- und Menschenrechte einsetzt. Durch ihre persönliche Lebensgeschichte liegt ihr Fokus auf der Situation von Frauen in islamischen Ländern. Wie viele andere Kritiker ist sie dabei auch hier in Deutschland Gefahren ausgesetzt. Zum Beispiel erhält sie Morddrohungen auf Facebook oder auch Drohungen von bestimmten Regierungen. Sie erzählt heute auch ihre Geschichte, daher werdet ihr das Weitere gleich von ihr persönlich hören. Und daher ohne lange Einleitung, without further introductions, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Worood Zuhair.
My name is Worood Zuhair. I came from Iraq, from a very religious city where there is no women can go in public without headscarf. Today I will talk about the root of Islam reach from the Middle East to Europe. 8 small stones, you see, these stuck with a black glue, like this, in a big box, covered with a black sheet, this one, makes that 1.8 billion human worship it and die for it in the name of what they believe in. This is what they call Mecca, the black books, that they make it like the first, they say Qibla, they pray for it. This one. And this is what we call a religion. It's the biggest and the oldest brainwash system that rise thousands of years without get attention about it. You know, some like cult, then they become large, then they call them a religion. Well, this is how they worship. Well, Sumerian and the myth of creation theory that invade the our worldwide and be studied in some universities as a fact of how we made. From ancient Babylon till today, Hammurabi made his code of law, the word of a god. The same word we find in the mosaic of Torah. This is copied also in the Bible. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. In Arabic, they say al-aynu bil-ayn wa sinu bis-sin. Which proverb we use it all the time, but I never know it. It was from Code Hammurabi. So funny. From ancient Babylon, the Middle East has played a major role in what we call now monotheism. Accused in that 3 major religions, Abrahamic religion, that referred to the only one God was created to hold the authority as dictatorship. He loves to control the life of a human through fear and fury. We see so many leaders acting in this way today because they are the way they see their gods. You know, we have like Trump. I don't want to mention more. Now let's talk about the root of the problem. That was me. First of all, we can say the religion acts like a disease. When it expands, there will be consequences in all areas. These ideologies will release symptoms of the oppression, and many people respond to these symptoms. They become intolerant with individual freedom, like in Islamic countries. You can't choose your clothes, you can't choose what you want in life, because you are stuck with family value, religious value. There is so much in your life that you can't choose for you. Like simple things like even your partner, have your family, they decide to you, or your family, or like your tribe, they have to decide to you how you live your life. If you call isolated cases, you allow to spread the damage and the aggression. Like, here, we have this very sensitive about freedom of speech, about some religious minorities. They think they have to be protected. We have to not criticize them. But this is really, it can make more, that the things become more worse. Like we have now inside Europe, honor killing. There is 420 females. She has been killed in honor killing inside Germany from 2010 to 2018. So this is, if you want to say cultural things, this is not a cultural things. This is a murder first degree, because some person, he do it that on purpose, because they think this is a reserved honor family, or because they think women, they don't have to decide their life. They don't choose what they do. When you diagnose their religion is the problem for the specific behavior, you should not cover it with a painkiller. Like it says, this is not represent real Islam. This is not have to do with the Islam. Every time there is a terrorist attack or something, it happened. You see some people, they just jump from nowhere and say, this is not related with a religion. No, it is related with a religion. When we have to diagnose this type of behavior all the time, it's just happening over and over again. We will not say, oh, I gave him painkiller and this is like, it's okay. But would be more and more damage, Well, my background, Islam is the basis of patriarchal structure that are religiously outward in order to maintain the usual balance of power. It's a patriarchal system, like all those Abrahamic religion. They just like this. The power just for men. If you see all in a parliament, you see like men all the time double than the women in a politics, in a system, in every sensitive position. If you notice that, I don't know. I was told I have to wear headscarf, otherwise Allah will burn me in hell if I will show my hair in public. Then, when I start to believe in Allah, I was too afraid to remove my headscarf because people around me, they do not allow to any woman walk in the street without it. In my city, they don't do it because we have something observed horrifying city. It's a material that women should not wear specific clothes. They have to wear something like this, covered all your body, and the alcohol, it's forbidden. They said mixing with like talking with a man or something, it was also forbidden. They segregate us from childhood, like from primary school. It is horrible there because as I remember, my brother, he's younger than me, 4 years old, and he was controlled complete my life. Like I have to take a permission if I want to go somewhere, which is really painful because I was successful in my studies, then in my university, then I get a job in a hospital, but I was not considered a person with a complete mind. There was someone in my family, they have, which is man, supposed to be man, even he's younger than you 20 years, it doesn't matter. You have to be controlled by someone from your family, a male from your family. So a little bit is just, it makes you really like feel, you just, you're born in an unfair life. You did not choose it, they chose it for you, and you have to be grateful for what they're doing with you. This kind of oppression, because I was wearing all this time this, and I don't have a choice to remove it. They don't have any choice. As a woman there, you don't have any choice to decide what you do. So people, because here they said hijab is a free choice. It's not a free choice for us there. This kind of operation never will be a free choice, but a brainwashed under strict condition. Because I was 8 years old when my mom, she came and she said, you have to wear this. When I said, why? She said, just wear it. She did not tell me why I do it, just said, you have to wear it now. That is how they do it. And you see your family, all your women family, they do it, so you also do it. But inside me, I was really feel like a mobile jail, where even when I was a Muslim, I was not atheist, even I'm not atheist, but I feel something it's wrong, but I don't know what is wrong, because, when you're raised in Islamic countries, you have one way they learn you, they teach you to do like this way, and they say this is the right way. Like you are in a classroom, and you think there is something wrong, but you don't know where is the wrong. You just want to see exit, but you see like everybody, they are okay with the sitting there. But I was not like this. I said, no, there is something wrong with this system. Like I felt like this is not reality, like that's what I want to be, like what they said to me. That's why I start to search about another way of thinking. That's why I become ex-Muslim. Imagine, according to their religious, I will show you. This is women, she get liberated. She was under ISIS control, where the women, they don't allow to show even their faces. And that's when they liberate her village. She was very happy to remove it, because it looked like a mobile jail, moving everywhere, and you feel it just makes you like in a cage. Imagine, according to their religious understanding of the community in which I born, I have to wear shabby clothes. You know what means shabby clothes? It's something like, it's as they did 1400 years. That's how they want, like a religion. When somebody wants to return religion back for you or value, it's like a shabby cloth that he says, you have to wear this wherever you go, wherever you are, you have to wear it, and you have to be grateful with it. This is how those religious mind, they think, when they want to apply their law or, this religious value about us. According to this understanding, I'm dictated that I must wear these clothes everywhere, no matter where I go, and to be grateful with it. And if I said it's not fit with my lifestyle, they become to threat you, and maybe they can kill you. That's what they did with the fascist model in Iraq. She was wearing, they think she's like wear more Western. Her name Tara Faris, and she has been shot and killed like from 3 months just because her clothes, but because she was like too Western, they said. She don't wear a headscarf and like hate speech you will see in the Quran and Hadith, text of the public school, poster of their street, prayers, imams that speak on the stage, inside their homes. Because I lived in Islamic countries and I see hate speech everywhere. In the 9/11, we was actually in school, we was celebrating that like some infidels, they died in that day. Like the school, they make a party for us to celebrate that we are defeated. In that day, they said Shokat Iblis, mean horn of devil. We defeated horn of devil. That's how they act. The rule of urging to have a jihad and fight the non-believer or who reject to live under Islamic rules. Islam is a global clash of civilization. It's no doubt about it. If you want, you can go to the Islamic countries and see how they react there. Ideologies like Islam penetrate barriers and boundaries. Therefore, religions were able to flourish and rise far away from their original homeland. In many ways, the impact of Islam in Europe, it rises the political power of the church through the Crusaders, if you see. In this period of the history also rises era as known as the Dark Age, and was known for the destruction and a violation against free knowledge of human beings in the educational system. Today, political Islam play a major role in dividing the European into the right and left wings. Opinion leaders have negative repercussions like a Brexit in the United Kingdom, and a conservative party like AFD, they have a place for the first time since 60 years in a German parliament. Islam spread fears in the Western countries, and this causes that the people become national socialists to fight Islam. I will mention that the national socialist ideas, they are no different from Islamic mentality. This has happened in Iraq. Now, when ISIS, they occupied parts from Iraq land, nobody want to fight a Muslim or ISIS, which is they was Sunni, except Shia, that they are against them. So like they are against them with it's not so far from them, but they are the same, but the opposite. I don't know. Like here, I don't know. Like left and right. Sometimes you think they are the same. You know, it's not working. So they said we will defend our land. Then when they liberated the ISIS, liberated our land from the ISIS. They make the same thing, the same mentality. They are against also democracy. They are against women. They have free choice. They do the same in Islamic way, but in just different names. You know, like ISIS, they have their names. Militia, which is they are Shia, the same thing they do. That's why, like this type of mentality, like socialist nationalists, I don't think they are very different, because also they are sensitive with free speech, homosexuality, and free choices in democracy. You know, they can turn also the table to the something, I don't know. All religious acts have a sense with this understanding. If we do not change the source of Islam in the Middle East, we will not able to stop it here, because you know the mother of feeding her cells, it's not here, it's in the Middle East, and all the time these mosques here promoting from Islamic countries. So even if you want to say something here or do something here, if you do not change the factories that produce this kind of mentality inside Middle East, here you can't do something. You know, because the head of them, it's in Iran and in Saudi Arabia, both of them, the system for Shia and Sunni. The success of The success of Europe and the Western world was built by giving the entire society freedom and equality, and returning religion to the temple and preventing it from participating in a public space. Religions are always peaceful as long as they are small. As Islamic extremists invade secular lands, destroy their lands from within, terror industry countries are protected by extremism, like Saudi Arabia. For example, Saudi Arabia is the first producer of Islamic extremists in the world and the first country that violated human rights. Yet we see like Western, they are okay with them, especially United States. We regard their action as offensive, but there are no real sanctions. The Saudi people are supported and equipped with the weapons to kill in the name of holy war in Yemen. This is done by a person with a Saudi passport who have access to almost all countries of the civilized countries. You know, they don't consider them as a terrorist. They are not on the terrorist list. While those countries like Iraq and Syria that are affected by this kind of mentality, Wahhabism movement, they get like terrorism because what happened? I don't know if you know about this, but you see the real factory that produced this is Saudi Arabia, because the origin of Islam is there, it's not here. These are disadvantages of the democracy of Western countries. In Islamic countries, nobody can speak about freedom of speech, while we see Muslims here in Europe taking the liberty for spreading their religion, which is based on denial of scientific facts and prohibit any kind of personal freedom or secularism. They don't do it in their countries, but here they get this advantage from democracy inside Western countries. This is an abuse of people's lives. If you read the text of the Quran or religious text, you will see how much hatred, violence, and murder driving there are. The action of Islamic group are based on a justification for violence, but no one demands that this religion is criminalized. Muslims usually say our religion should be respected, but do they respect us as a free human beings? No, they will not do it. This is what I have.
Many thanks, Worood. So maybe there are questions from the audience. You can answer here. First.
ممكن أتكلم بالعربي؟ اللي هو حنبدأ من الأخير، لأنك أنت السؤال اللي تكلمتي عن حرية الاختيار في الإسلام أو بشكل عام، يعني حرية الاختيار أو إظهار حرية الاختيار وإظهار هذا الاختيار. هذا الشيء هو اللي تمنعه الأديان، خصوصا الإسلام. الإسلام يقول لكم دينكم ولي دين، من شاء فليؤمن ومن شاء فليكفر، هذا النص. لكن التطبيق الواقع مطبق له. الحديث من بدل دينه فاقتلوه.
التناقض.
أيوة، هم يقولوا لك الحديث من بدل دينه فاقتلوه حديث أحد، يعني ما ناخذ به. انت عندك نص التسامح والتعايش، لكن في التطبيق هذا غير مطبق. والمشكلة الثانية اللي هي نعاني منها، أنا كتبت مقالة في هذا الموضوع سميتهم ديكتاتوريون في بلاد الحريات، بمعنى إن أغلب المسلمين والعرب اللي موجودين في أوروبا هم نتيجة ديكتاتوريات، سواء دينية، اجتماعية، سياسية، صح؟ هذا الناس اللي حصلوا على اللجوء في أوروبا ونعطات لهم حرية الاختيار وإظهار هذا الاختيار، عند مقابلتهم أي شخص من نفس العرق، من نفس الجنس، إذا كان مختلف، سواء.
شنو السؤال؟ هو شنو سؤالك بالضبط؟
السؤال بالضبط، يعني بما أنك أكثر خبرة مني، كيف نواجهوا الناس اللي ما تحترم حرية الاختيار في أوروبا؟
بالانتقاد. تكسرهم بالانتقاد.
يعني
ضل تحكي.
المجتمعات العربية اللي داخل أوروبا لا تحترم الملحد، لا تحترم الجندرية.
Well, his question, he says, how we can fight those very fanatic or extremists. I say we have freedom of speech. This is the only way we do it. They do it by their hands. They threaten all the time because they are very freaked out from our words. That's why they do it. You know, they want to mute our voices, and by criticize the things, the wrong things there, maybe we can fix it. Also, we have about like the politics. Also, they have to be more serious with them, because these countries, they cooperate with each other, yeah. And like Saudi Arabia, that they are the first one in terrorism and violation of human rights. They have there is something they have to do it. In reality, they don't do anything with them, because petrodollar, the things that's really like control these. They reserve the system as they are. You see what they're doing with those activists, women rights activists. If you read the news about them, there is so much violence there, but no one wants to stop it. Everybody watch. Those Islamic countries, if you think those people from Islamic countries, they're just far away from you, but they target everyone. They think all of us who should be under Islam rules. This is the dangers of Islam, because it's not just a religion; it's also a political system built by fear and fury. And this is how they do now with the social media. Every time I say something about, like, just if I say Islam, I get blocked 30 days only on Facebook, which is, this is incredible. That's how this power of this religion, and really, it's not just a religion; it's a political system. Yeah, that's true. Abortion, yeah.
يعني ما عندنا فكرة الأفكار تشابه بالأفكار. أنت أول ما تطرح فكرة نقد الإسلام، أنت أوتوماتيكيا القمع، الإلكتروني، التبليغات، الحظر، الجسدي، الضرب، الاعتداء. أنا من 5 شهور اتعرض علي بالضرب في الكامب السابق. أنا غيرت الكامب بسبب إني ملحد واسمي محمد. هو قال لي كيف تستحي.
From 5 months he got beaten because he was atheist and his name Muhammad. See, this is in Germany. This is not in Islamic countries. And you can imagine now, if you say I'm an atheist inside Islamic countries, what will happen to you?
Where are you from? From which country?
Mauritania.
Republic Islamic of Mauritania.
ما هي المشكلة إن إحنا نخرج من بلاد القمع إلى البلاد المفروض إن هي الحرية، فإحنا نكون محاصرين. أنت ما تقدر تتكلم، لأنه أي شخص عربي أو مسلم يعني.
Here he says, I'm too afraid to say something because Muslim, they keep watching my mouth. This is here in Germany. This is not in the Islamic countries. And this is how it began. The first time, they mute our voices, then they do whatever they want to do. This is how it will be. Any question?
About the time when you lived in your home country, you used this nice metaphor of sitting in a classroom where everybody is content, or seems to be content with the situation, and you were looking for the exit sign and couldn't find it. Do you have the feeling that there were others like you, who felt like you, but who would just not speak up or utter their opinion? And the second part is there a kind of underground talk in your home country where people open their minds and say, we also don't like this, but we won't dare to speak up? Do those people exist, or are you the only one?
Yes, this is from my generation. There is a secular movement, but as you said, it's underground because they are too afraid to talk in, because social media, it's open like a big gate for us to express our feelings or our mind. That's why I was also like this. The first time when I left my religion, I was published things against Islam, but under fake name, because I was never there to do it with my real name. I see a friend of mine in Baghdad. He just said, I'm okay with the homosexual. They live their life. I'm not a God to judge them. They kill him with 3 bullets in his head. just because he said that. So there is a big movement, but the system, it's based on Islamic rules, which is very cruel when they chasing you as if they notice you are non-religious or you are atheist or whatever, because they think this is agenda from outside countries and they betray you. So that's why you will be followed by the system. That's happening inside Iraq. There's 4 persons because they make meet for atheists, like a meeting, and 4 of them they get arrested because they think this is working for outside agenda. There is so much people like even like now, not just men. It was before men. Now also women. They start to get rid of this mentality. Because the social media, we have the only stage to fight this, but all the time we get banned. We can't like our account deleted. Facebook deleted 13 accounts for me because they want from me the real name for me, and it's because even Muslim, they can't target you here inside Europe very easily. I get a call from France, from one he is responsible in Iraqi government that says in 30 minutes we can come after you and we'll kill you. This is here in Europe, not in Islamic countries.
Noch jemand eine Frage?
Do you think people in northern Iraq changed their mind because of the ISIS experience?
Yes, they are more open-minded than the south and the middle of Iraq.
Against Islam.
Yeah. Kurdish, they are more liberated than the south and the middle of Iraq. I came from Karbala. If you just Google it, it's like the heart of Shia Muslim. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the women there, they're not allowed to come without headscarf.
Like Mecca.
Yeah, like Mecca for Sunni, but it's another thing. Yeah.
How do you explain the phenomenon of Islamic feminists? I think feminists should be against Islam, but a lot of feminists are very fascinated, and they think my hijab, my choice, and a lot of funny things. And can you explain? Have you any idea?
Well, I think if American feminists from left, they don't represent me because hijab will never be a free choice for me, never ever. I did not choose it. They just, I was there and I have to wear it. And I want any feminist, of those they think free choice, hijab is free choice, to go and live inside my city and to go like me and go there and see what they will do to them. This is my answer for her. Anyone she said is a free choice, she have to go to my city and live for 10 days there. And I see how she will survive with her hair like this. No, it's just, it's very stupid what they do. Okay.
بالمناسبة عندي سؤال. أنا أختي شالت الحجاب، هي مخرجة سينمائية. لما شالت الحجاب تعرضت للضرب المبرح لحتى خشت المستشفى، كانت حتموت بسبب انها شالت الحجاب. هي حاليا مقيمة في القاهرة.
His own sister, she also decided to remove her headscarf, but inside the Islamic country, then they hit her till she was in the hospital because of that.
حرية الاختيار كلام فقط في البلاد الإسلامية، لكن
the free choice in Islamic country is just talking, but if anyone wants to do it, he just risks his life.
نفس الشيء لما تسأل حد مسلم يقول أنت تحترم الديانات الأخرى، يقول لك أوكي تحترم المثليين إلى آخره، يقول أوكي، يقول له أوكي أنا مثلا محمد ويهودي، يتغير تماما، او تقول له انا مسلم وجي مثلا، يتغير 180 درجه. الشخص اللي كان الاحترام والتعايش واحترام الاختلاف كله كلام، لكن مع اول اختبار يتبخر.
Maybe because we are already discussing and World Hijab Day and so forth. Why do you think they sell it like freedom? So they have to say, when I want to wear the hijab, this is a symbol of freedom. But it's not a symbol of freedom in Islamic country, but they say, here we have the free choice, it's a symbol of freedom. They sell it like it's this. Why do you think, what is their agenda behind this?
I think they're pleasing Muslims. I feel like this way. Besides Western men, which is like feminists, they don't like. I don't know how to say it, but it's also complicated for me how they do it, because this kind of opportunity will never be a free choice. I mean, I hate that they do it like against the Western men mentality. So they do it as an opposite, because men in the Western, they don't like to see women with headscarf. Mm-hmm. That's why they do it, so they become against them.
That sounds plausible.
Yes, they say that.
You said that women do not have a choice about their clothing and about the role they are playing. Do you think men have a choice? I mean, the normal man, not president or whoever, but the normal family man. Does he have a choice to step out of his role?
Well, be honest, nobody there they have a complete freedom there or free choice, because but they have more than us, like advantage more than us, the men, because also the man, he's stuck with his tribe, with his family, with his sect, with his so much things. Also he have to please also his community. But they have more choice than women, because women, they don't decide anything from the beginning, even like her clothes, her partner, her living, where she lives, you know. So and she all the time with a guardianship from child with her father. Then when her father become weak, her brother. Then for her brother, from her brother to her husband. Then her son. That's how they do it. Yeah. It's how, because they think a woman, she's in the half mind of men, and they are too emotional, and they can't control themselves. Yeah. Imagine I'm in a half mind while I have to wear a garbage bag. I said, because it's a garbage bag. Really, it's a garbage bag, and to like not seduce the complete mind. He will not jump or do something stupid. This is how they think. This is their mentality of thinking. You know, in my city, when they was saying like a woman, they say tukram. Tukram, this is like when you want to mention your shoes, or you mention a dog, or you mention something very, it's like, they think that this is disrespectful. Also, they use it with the women. They say tukram my wife, tukram my daughter, tukram like this. It's like she's a very shameful thing.
So all male are predators and all women are prey in this system.
And this is very, very horrible. They treat us as like animals, like cow and sheep and like this. Like this. Well, this is reality. If you don't, you can go there and you just see how they react. Like when the man he came like any man, random man, he came to maybe fix electricity. All women, they have to go and like they close themselves in a room, and they have to not make any sound, because if he hear her voice or something. Yes, that was in my home when my father said, "Go back, all of you, to the room. We have not make any sound. If we make sound, we get punishment after the man he just go." That's how they do it.
Maybe another part is maybe I can ask you a question, a personal question. Was there a specific incident or a turning point when you decided to leave Iraq? So was there, you obviously you escaped from Iraq to Europe and you come to Germany, but was there a specific incident or?
Well, it was my motivation to expose them because my brother, he helped me a lot. And maybe this is curse, I was more aware about this life is unfair life, and there is women that are very respectful in other area, while I'm here, I just born here, and I get this mistreatment all the time. That's why I dream to be as a free woman. Then I will expose everything that happened in my life, not just because me, but because I have a message for those women that they dying in silence in my home country. That's in Iraq we have honor killing, which is I think every day there is, but the system, the government, they cover on this as a petty crime. They don't consider this as like a major crime. That's why I was also a survivor of this violence. So I don't want to open my mouth, but I will just say this. It was my motivation to expose what's happening there inside Islamic countries.
That's very important, I think, because you're a role model for other women in Islamic countries and encourage them to do the same thing. To stand up inside the countries or to spread the message,
yes,
not to be oppressed. Okay, thank you very much.